marshmallow recipe. I forgot I had. Okay, so not in that one. Isn't this a cute book though? It says collect moments, not things. I know, right? Okay, but it's not in that one. I really thought it was gonna be, but we'll try the old faithful here. I have a cheese ball. No. Rum balls. I have a raisin cake or a boiled raisin pudding, but I can't find my fruitcake recipe, and it is so sought after, you know, everyone wants it. Okay, I guess it wasn't in this one. You know, it's always the last place you look, am I right? I'm hoping it's over here in this book. This one just says notes. I think it's where I keep most of my good recipes. Okay, I found it. Fruitcake. Famous fruitcake. So do you have your pen and paper ready? Do you need me to wait? Okay, are you ready? Okay, so write down fruitcake. I would prefer if you also dated it so I know it when I gave it to you. Ugh, there's a hair in my lash. I'm gonna have to call my hairdresser. Anyways, okay, so step number 1, preheat oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You got that down? Okay, do you want me to list the ingredients for you first and then the steps? Okay, so 1 cup butter, oil, or shortening, your choice. I usually melt the butter, so it's up to you. So 1 cup butter, oil, or shortening, depending how fatty you want it to be. 2 large eggs or 3 medium or small eggs. I prefer to use free-range chickens, but you can use whatever egg you want to use, okay? And then we're gonna add 2 egg whites, and you're gonna beat these before you do anything else. So that's the first step, is gonna be beating the egg whites so they get hard. Yeah. And then you're gonna want to add 1 tablespoon of sugar into said egg whites. You got that right down? Okay, perfect. Then 1 cup brown sugar, densely packed. Okay. Did you write densely packed? Yeah, perfect. Then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. That's what I said, vanilla. Yes, vanilla. And then 1 teaspoon almond extract. You got that down. As well as 1 teaspoon of orange extract. And then sometimes if I'm feeling a little cheeky, I'll do half a teaspoon of vanilla paste. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you want, you can just add any kind of extract, lemon extract. I've never tried peppermint personally. I've done lavender. You can also add Earl Grey tea, like extract, that kind of thing. Sugar cookie, like syrup instead. It's a pretty lenient recipe. Okay, yeah. So then 1 cup of milk or buttermilk or almond milk. Sometimes I'll use buttermilk if I want it to be fluffier. Other times I'll just use whatever milk I have on hand. And then a lot of the time I'll use almond milk, once you have that all done, nothing fancy here apart from the egg white situation. You're gonna mix it all together, and then this is when you get to have fun with it. This is when we can add in our fruits, our nuts, whatever you want. So I basically just add equal parts, mostly depending on how full you want it to be. So some things that I personally really like to add in: cherries. I prefer candied cherries. Sometimes you can get the red and green ones. I prefer to chop them up, especially when they're really plump and big, just because, you know, no one wants an entire cherry in their mouth at once, you know what I mean? Unless they're eating like a fresh cherry. And then I really enjoy a good nut, so I'll do almonds, walnuts, peanuts, macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, any kind of nuts, and I also chop them as well. You can get them thinly sliced, you know, like the thin slices of almonds and stuff. Totally up to you. Just be careful you're not getting a lot of skins everywhere, you know what I mean? And then sometimes I'll add raisins, craisins. You can also get like blueberry flavored craisins sometimes, so I'll add that in there as well. With the raisins, depending how big they are, if they're juicy Californians, I'll chop them in half, but usually raisins or craisins are pretty good just the size that they are. I also like to add apple in, chop that pretty finely as well. You can peel it or not peel it, that's personal preference. And then like candied orange and lemon, or like orange and lemon rinds are pretty good. And you can kind of just go from there, like raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, anything frozen you have. I don't know if you necessarily want to throw any banana in. I'm just not exactly sure how that's gonna affect the texture. But yeah, that's it. And then the last ingredient is a teaspoon of concrete powder. You just sprinkle that in. Okay, yeah. Yes, concrete powder. And then you're gonna put that in your bundt cake pan. You can sprinkle some sugar on top, a little confectionery sugar, whatever you want. And then you just bake it for 1 hour or until as hard as a rock. And there you have it. Let it cool, cut it up. You can freeze it for as long as you want, and you're good to go. You have my fruitcake recipe. Is there anything you wanted me to reiterate for you or anything like that? No, you're pretty good. Okay, if you have any troubles, call me up. Remember to make the egg whites hard. Yeah, lots of sugar in there. And then the most important ingredients, that last one, that 1 teaspoon of concrete powder, okay? Perfect. I'm gonna let you go. Have a good time. Oh, I forgot. You can add anything you want. You can add cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, anything like that as well.